Welcome to my show, Secrets of a Personal Trainer, Unfiltered. My name is Cornelia Dura. I'm your show host. I'm also a former IFBB World Champion, a personal trainer in my gym Fit and Fight in Pompano Beach, Florida, and I'm also an economist. Let's get started with your transformation right now. Episode 54. AI doctor or a human doctor? You need to make now decisions after millions and millions of Americans lost their health insurance. You have to make a decision in which direction to go. So I was thinking by myself, what are our options? What are exactly now our options? So my insurance doubled on January 1st, 26. So I decided to leave. That was Cigna Florida Connect. And I looked around what I can do, and I found Cigna Global. Now, there is one little problem here with Cigna Global. You have to have another passport beside the American to be able to sign up with Cigna Global. And they do not take every nation, as I found out. So I have a list of you. If you are living inside the US, for example, then and you have a second passport, then you can look into the Cigna Global system. So, for example, they are accepting every country from the European Union, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and most Asian nations, whatever that means. You can buy, it's a modular system, and you can buy your modules what you think you would need. So I bought our system, so we have 10,000 per person self-pay. What's bad news? But you know what? Now we do not have really a lot of choices. You have to negotiate with all the doctors where you go. You have to call in advance if you need something. So doctor's visits are with our price, what we got, not included. We pay for two people $1,400 a month. And under 10,000, they are not really even looking at you because doctor visits are not covered. Also, it's a good idea if you go to anything where you are going, you have to call them and ask. And most of the time when they say it's in network, you have to call the doctors because most doctors do not want to talk really to Cigna Global. So while you go to the doctor, you can still probably afford to go on your own and negotiate on your own. The problem will arise when it will be a bigger surgery or something like that. So I personally would recommend, honestly, I would recommend to leave this country and go to your home country for the surgery. Even though Cigna Global covers that abroad too. So you can go to your home country, have a surgery there, and everything above $10,000 is covered by Cigna Global. But most of the surgeries, it depends what you have, like an appendix or lower spine surgeries and all that. This is most of the time in Europe, for example, under 10,000 euro. So you know how much you pay, you know what you get. So I even pay a frozen status of my German health insurance because I do not trust this system and I do not have the feeling that it will get better in the next 2 years. I really don't. So this is one module system. You can buy the doctor's visits too, but then the monthly insurance goes easily up to $2,400, $2,500. And if you are a healthy person, if you eat healthy and you exercise, so you have a healthy lifestyle, then probably you do not need the doctor visit module. Your decision, you think about that. So again, we are talking now mainly about small business owners who are like 1-2 people working in the companies. What we have millions in the US. So all these millions lost their insurances because they do not qualify for business rates. So this was the one idea with Cigna Global. There is also, I think, Blue Cross Global. That you have to look into that. I am with Cigna Global, so this is for now. This is what I'm doing, and I have a frozen status in Germany. Then what I have to also remind you, when you look at the doctors in the United States, do never forget it's a for-profit business. It's not like what we are used to from home countries in Europe or Asia or South America, that the doctors want to help you. They want to really support you that you get healthy. No. Here, I would say 80% of the doctors, what I have a confirmation here from one of my clients who is a former doctor who said, I would be much too positive. The reality in the United States of America would be much worse than I am even sharing here. The reality is much worse. So now the problem with this for-profit is that when you are at the doctor's office, they are upselling. They want to sell more drugs, more surgeries, unnecessary surgeries. And how can we look into that, what we really need? We are not MDs. We never studied medicine. So what can we do to avoid this upselling BS here in the US? So I found a way. Honestly, I'm using AI. I go to Gemini from Google, and I put all the symptoms in what I have. And then I let Gemini search for options, what Gemini can collect from all over the world. I also do that a lot of times on Google DE, that's Google Germany. There are much more natural healing things in there, or non-pharmaceutical options, which does not show here in the United States. Also very interesting. So Google Germany is not the same as Google the US. It's not the same. It's incredible. So you have to look on your own what could be, what's going on. And I personally, this is again, you can decide if that's a good idea for you or is not. I personally use the doctor as a consultant. So he consults me what he thinks would be necessary or what he thinks would be right. And then I look into AI. I look what AI is telling me about that. And if you have a second language, or if you have relatives in a second country outside the US, I strongly recommend to contact a doctor abroad. Send them your MRI. Book, if they're online, book with them a consultation in Great Britain or in Germany or in any country or in Argentina or in Brazil, wherever you belong to, you ever have family, try to get an appointment. Pay him like the €100, €150, or in Germany, it's like €70 for a consultation. Send the money, make an appointment, and he should take a look at the MRI. You should hear what he has to say. And I'm telling you this because I had serious back pain and I went to an MRI. I took my MRIs and I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and he told me that my vertebra, my spine, has completely collapsed. And I'm like, I can still move. Yeah, I need surgery immediately, and it will take 3 to 4 months of recovery time, and I will probably not be able to work in my gym as a personal trainer. And that would be like the end of my business, because if I would stay away for 4 or 5 months, that's kind of the end of the business, because there's no other personal trainer like me, honestly. I am really one of the best. So there is nobody can really work in my place, and the customers would not accept that. I know that. So that would be probably the end of my business. I was devastated, completely devastated. I sent the MRI to my German orthopedic surgeon for a review, and then I sent it to a neurosurgeon also in Germany, and both doctors, and one is a professor doctor, both confirmed there is no collapsed vertebra on the MRI, that it is the disc moved a little bit. So it was in wait a moment, 1 second, no, not 0. It was 4 millimeter inside the nerve, but the body is still able to heal that itself. I have to go for 6 to 8 weeks to physiotherapist, being very careful with my lower back. Probably have to wear my belt to support my lower back when I'm moving. And that would be the end of the story. So having the American surgeon here in Deerfield Beach, Florida, telling me that I need spine surgery, which is a major surgery of easily $250,000, lying to me that I have a collapsed vertebra, and then hearing from abroad that anything like that happened, this is mind-blowing to me. This is fraud. I went after this doctor. I went to Tallahassee Board of Medicine, took over 1.5 years for reviews and BS. But the problem is, if the head of the Board of Medicine is also full of fraudulent doctors, who do you think will win at the end? Who do you think will win? Exactly. So doctor, all fine. He can do what he wants, as always is. So what are the solutions for us? You need to have somebody abroad who does not have financial interests in taking your body apart and making money out of you. This is the basic argument, what you need to consider. You need to have second and third opinions from abroad. And when they say you have to go to surgery, then I can tell you, you have to go to surgery. Then you have no option. But here in the US also, dentist, I go to the dentist. I still have amalgam in my tooth, and it's completely locked, so everything is fine. I have no side effects and nothing. And she's telling me she wants to pull out all the teeth and putting beautiful white teeth in it. I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely. And the amalgam teeth are not getting touched. I have no side effects. Amalgam is the hardest metal what you can put in the molar teeth, in the back teeth when you are chewing. I am happy with them. She was pushing so hard here in Fort Lauderdale, you cannot imagine. It was pushing so hard that I said I will never come back. This is for me, not a doctor. This is for me. I wanted to have a cavity done, and she saw that I have still 4 molars with amalgam, and she's coming up with having new teeth for $80,000. Absolutely not. I love my teeth. I do love my teeth. And this is all BS. It's just about profit. There's nothing there to help. It's all about profit. And then I found a doctor, a dentist, Dr. Ogza, here in Fort Lauderdale, has Polish roots. He is 67, and I told him that he is not allowed to go at all to retirement, to even think about retirement. He is a real doctor. He takes a look at your teeth. He makes an x-ray, like I was there for an x-ray because I was not sure about the root, if that's maybe something coming up. And he said the root is completely fine. The amalgam is very big, and we have to watch that. That will be probably in the near future the next crown for me, but the roots are fine, so no root canal necessary. It will be a crown. Whenever that cracks open, I can always come back. He will always put me in between. And the crown is $1,400. Other doctors I heard are charging $2,500, $3,000 for a crown. And he said that there is no way that he is charging that kind of money. He makes a good, healthy profit with $1,400. And now comes the best. He took an x-ray, and I wanted to pay. And the x-ray was $35. And I'm like, yeah, but your time, you looked at the x-ray. I'm like, I'm not charging for that. Where in Florida do you have a dentist who's charging for the x-ray, but not charging for the time for the, I said, what, should I charge you 20 seconds or 10 seconds to say that the tooth is still fine? I am not doing that. So I was there kind of for free, and still there are doctors like that. But you, as an American, you have to find these real doctors who are really there to help you and not to see in you a cash cow to milk and milk and milk. And the more money you have in your pockets, the more they will charge you and milk you. It's not about charging. It's about keeping you healthy and doing procedures which are necessary to keep you healthy. So I personally use AI a lot in the last, I would say the last 6 months really, because it gives me options. AI gives you a review from all knowledge worldwide, which got fed to the internet. So it looks through everything, what your symptoms show, and then you make a decision to which doctor you go, and you always have AI as a consultant as you have the regular doctor, and then, if possible, use a third one from abroad. So then you make up your mind, and it's not the doctor who tells you what to do. These times are over. You are the one who make the decisions. You are the one. You pay. You are in a for-profit country. Profit healthcare system. It's not about you. It's about your money only. You make the decisions. The service, it's a service you buy and nothing more. It's like you go to Walmart, you buy your apples. This is exactly how you have to look at a doctor. He offers you a service. You can buy it or you can leave it. That's how you have to look at it. It's nothing like this God coming in with this white robe and all this BS. Or, oh my God, he is a doctor. He is his knowledge. No. He wants to make money off you. That's all what he wants. Have that always on your mind. Make your own rational decisions. Be always data oriented, and you make up your own decisions, because otherwise you get effed back and forth, sideways, everywhere. It's very sad, very disappointing, but this is reality and we have to live with it for now. I hope not too long. We will see what's coming after that. But this, I can promise you, this will not go on forever, because this is not sustainable, not for the American people, not for the lower 70% who cannot even afford, or the lower 50% can barely afford to go to a doctor. It is that expensive. And this is not the system what we want. And I promise you, we will change that. We will work on that, but we need to work together on this, above party lines. This is really, really above party lines. This BS here, the healthcare system in the US. Reboot your health today. Today is the day. Start eating healthy, work out a little bit 2-3 times a week, and try to stay healthy to survive these hard times.